Listen to me carefully. There comes a moment in life when pain tries to define you, when someone you trusted becomes the very reason you question your worth. That moment is not sent to break you, it's sent to wake you up. Hurt is not the end of your story. It's the signal that a higher version of you is being called forward. What you do next determines whether you stay wounded or rise powerful. When someone hurts you, they expect a reaction. They expect tears, long explanations, emotional messages, and visible damage. They expect you to chase closure, to demand answers, to show them exactly where it hurts. But the real power move is doing the unexpected. The real power move is self-control, silence with purpose, growth with intention, confidence without announcement. Silence is not weakness when it is chosen with awareness and control. Silence is a decision, a deliberate pause that allows you to reclaim your power instead of giving it away through emotional reactions. When someone hurts you, they often expect a response filled with emotion, explanations, or confrontation. They expect to see proof that their actions affected you. Silence disrupts that expectation. It removes the audience from your pain and keeps your dignity intact. By not reacting immediately, you protect your inner world from further damage and give yourself time to understand what truly matters rather than getting lost in what just happened. Silence creates space, and space creates clarity. In that quiet space, you begin to hear your own thoughts instead of the noise of disappointment, anger, or confusion. You stop reacting on impulse and start responding with intention. Silence allows you to observe patterns, recognize red flags, and understand the truth of the situation without emotional fog. It prevents you from saying things you might regret and from revealing vulnerabilities to someone who may not deserve access to them. This kind of silence is strength wrapped in self-respect. When you choose silence, you also regain control of the narrative. You stop explaining yourself to people who already showed you they were not listening. You stop defending your worth to someone who questioned it. Silence sends a clear message without words. You are no longer available for disrespect. It forces others to sit with their actions, their words, and their choices while you focus on your own healing. Silence shifts the power dynamic because it removes the emotional leverage they thought they had over you. This kind of silence is not about suppressing emotions. It's about managing them wisely. You still feel the pain, but you don't let it dictate your behavior. You process your emotions privately, safely, and constructively. You redirect that energy into growth, reflection, and self-improvement instead of conflict. Silence becomes your shield, protecting your peace while you rebuild yourself stronger than before in a world that glorifies immediate reactions and emotional outbursts. Choosing silence is a rare form of discipline. It requires confidence to walk away without closure, maturity to stop arguing your point, and courage to let go without explanation. Silence allows your actions, growth, and progress to speak louder than any words ever could. Growth becomes powerful when it happens quietly, especially when others expect you to collapse. When someone hurts you, they often assume you will stay stuck in that pain, replaying the moment, questioning your worth, and losing focus. Choosing growth instead of breakdown immediately changes the outcome. While they think their actions weakened you, you are strengthening your mindset, sharpening your discipline, and redefining your priorities. Growth redirects your energy away from the past and into building a future that no longer revolves around what hurt you. Quiet growth creates contrast. People remember the version of you that was accessible, emotional, and present in their lives. When they see you improving, becoming more confident, more focused, and more self-assured, it challenges the image they had of you. Growth alters your posture, your tone, and your presence. You carry yourself differently, you speak with intention, you move with purpose. That visible shift forces others to recognize that they underestimated you, and that realization can be deeply unsettling. Growth also removes emotional dependency. As you invest in your goals, your skills, and your self-worth, you stop looking outward for validation. You no longer need approval from someone who failed to value you. This independence creates confusion because your happiness is no longer linked to their behavior. You become unpredictable to those who once thought they understood you. Growth makes your absence louder than your presence. Ever was the most confusing part for others is realizing they no longer have access to the version of you that tolerated less. Growth sets a new standard without you saying a word. It communicates that pain did not destroy you, it refined you. As you elevate mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, the past loses its grip on you. What once hurt now becomes fuel, and the person who caused the pain becomes irrelevant in the process. Emotional control is the ability to feel deeply without allowing those feelings to dictate your actions. When someone hurts you, emotions rise fast and heavy. Anger, sadness, disappointment, and confusion all demanding a reaction. Most people react immediately, speaking from pain and acting from impulse. That reaction often creates regret and gives others power over your emotional state. True strength shows up when you pause, breathe, and choose how you respond instead of being controlled by what you feel. Controlling your emotions does not mean denying them. It means understanding them. You acknowledge the hurt, but you don't let it push you into behavior that lowers your standards or compromises your dignity. Emotional control allows you to step back and see the situation clearly rather than through the lens of pain. It helps you recognize what deserves your energy and what does not. When you respond calmly, you remove the chaos that emotional reactions usually create. Emotional control also protects you from manipulation. People who hurt others often rely on emotional reactions to maintain control. When you stay calm, composed, and centered, they lose that leverage. Your steady presence makes their attempts to provoke, confuse, or destabilize you ineffective. Emotional control turns you into someone who cannot be easily shaken. It sends a powerful message that your peace is not available to anyone who chooses to disrespect you. This kind of control builds inner confidence. When you trust yourself to manage your emotions, you no longer fear situations that once overwhelmed you. You become more secure in your decisions and less influenced by opinions, criticism, or pressure. Emotional control allows you to move with clarity, making choices that align with your values rather than your wounds. You stop reacting to triggers and start responding with wisdom. As you master emotional control, pain loses its power over you. Hurt no longer defines your mood, your direction, or your self-worth. You remain grounded even when circumstances are difficult. This level of discipline separates those who are easily broken from those who are unshakable. Emotional control transforms pain into insight and chaos into calm, making you someone who moves through life with quiet strength and unbreakable composure. Self-respect begins the moment you decide that your worth is not negotiable. When someone hurts you, it often exposes how much you are willing to tolerate just to keep a connection alive. Choosing self-respect means refusing to accept behavior that drains your spirit, confuses your mind, or diminishes your value. It is a silent declaration that you will no longer shrink, explain, or compromise your standards to make someone else comfortable. When self-respect becomes your priority, your behavior naturally changes. You stop chasing clarity from people who communicate through inconsistency. You stop accepting apologies without change. You stop overextending yourself for those who give the bare minimum. This shift is powerful because it requires no announcements or confrontations. Your boundaries speak for you. Your absence replaces arguments. Your peace replaces emotional chaos. Self-respect Self-respect also strengthens your sense of identity. You begin to trust yourself more deeply because your actions align with your values. You no longer feel guilty for walking away from what hurts you. Instead, you feel grounded, confident, and secure in your choices. Self-respect teaches you that losing someone who disrespects you is not a loss at all, but a necessary release. As self-respect grows, your tolerance for disrespect disappears. You become more selective with your time, your energy, and your emotional investment. People either adjust their behavior or fade out of your life. Both outcomes serve you. Self-respect changes how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you respond to challenges. It creates a quiet authority that others can feel without you ever having to explain it.